Let's take a look at the 50,000 double head machine and how to adjust it. How do you make adjustments? How do you install it? How do you adjust it? Alright, so now our machine has already been set up. Once it's set up, how do we adjust it? First, we have a photoelectric sensor, and one sensor controls two head stool nozzles. This is the first step. One photoelectric sensor controls two nozzles. Let's see how to set this up. First, we need to decide which nozzle to place the photoelectric sensor on. For example, if this is nozzle 1, we place the sensor on nozzle 1. How do I set it up? That means both nozzles share one photoelectric sensor. Now what? We put the photoelectric sensor on nozzle 1, so we need to set it up over here. Alright, coughs. Okay, let's set it up. Tap settings. Don't shake it, your hand hold it steady. Alright, then tap on mechanical settings. Inside mechanical settings, there's a section for the second printhead settings. Here you'll see pH1 sensor and pH2 sensor. What is pH1 set to? Local. After selecting it, choosing local means that for pH1, I'm using the photoelectric sensor. It needs to use the sensor. Alright, coughs. And now for pH2, I've selected remote. Remote means that I want to use the pH1 photoelectric sensor for both printhead 1 and printhead 2. So pH1 controls both printheads. If I select printhead 2 and set it to local, then printhead 2 will also need its own photoelectric sensor. In this case, each printhead is independent, and each sensor controls one printhead. Alright, right now we're sharing the photoelectric sensor of printhead 1, so we just need to select remote. Now, remote will work. Okay, that's the photoelectric sensor selection. Cough. There's also another setting for the sensor. It has a rising edge and a falling edge. Right now, we're choosing the falling edge. What is the falling edge? It means that when the sensor detects the product, it starts timing. That is, it starts our delay timing. This is called the falling edge delay, as opposed to the rising edge delay. With the rising edge delay, after the product leaves, when the sensor detects the product, it doesn't start timing. Only after the product leaves does it begin timing. So generally, we choose different types based on different needs. But in most cases, we select the falling edge. Right now, we're choosing the falling edge. Alright, this is the photoelectric sensor setting. There's another thing about the photoelectric sensor. You need to set it so that when it detects the product, the light turns on. If there's no product, the light is off. See, when no product passes by, it's off. And when it detects something, it lights up. Here, there's an adjustment screw right here. An adjustment screw. The adjustment screw can be used to amplify the signal. You can use it to adjust the amplification of the signal. A bit closer. Move it closer. Adjustment sound. Yes, that's it. It has a direction. Turning it toward the arrow weakens the signal, and turning it the other way strengthens it. That's how you set it up. This is a photoelectric sensor setting. Alright, after setting up the photoelectric sensor, look at our print header nozzle, our print head. The print head should always be positioned above the surface of the product. Spraying sound, our nozzle. When we're adjusting it, the nozzle should be right above the surface of the product, and it should be kept within 5 mm sideway. The closer, the better. The smaller the distance, the better the printing quality and the better the print results. That means we absolutely shouldn't leave a large, significant gap. We must not make the gap too excessively big. Background noise. Both ends of the component truly need to be carefully adjusted. So adjust both ends precisely and then thoroughly test it. As long as the product can just perfectly pass through and smoothly slide freely like this, then that is indeed good and acceptable. Within 5 mm, the nozzle should be right above the product. Spraying sound. Alright, let's give it a try. Wait a moment. After we've adjusted the height, once the height is set, we can select the information we want to print here. Once we've chosen the information, we just press this button to start printing. Before printing, we need to make some adjustments. Exhaling sound. We'll do a rough adjustment, which means setting the delay. We have shortcut keys for delay here. Click this to set the delay for nozzle 1 and this for nozzle 2. The delay for nozzle 1 is here. Just press this button and enter the value to adjust it. It's the same for this one. We can just make changes directly here. Oh, spraying sound. Then let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. And also, this inside our menu, there's a settings option over here. There's also an encoder, which I need to explain. Right now, we're not using an encoder, but if we do use one, we need to select the encoder. It's the same process. We only need one encoder, and the setup is the same. We click this page. If I don't have the encoder plugged into our set, but if we do plug it into our set, then here we select local. For local, choose local 1. For local 2, choose remote. If it's remote 2, then just select remote. If you also select local for the second one, that means both set 1 and set 2 need to use an encoder. Each one is independent, completely independent. Right now, it's set to internal, which means we're not using an encoder. So neither set 1 nor set 2 is using an encoder at the moment. Below, there are 3 speed settings. These speeds are for set 1 and set 2. As for the internal speed, we can ignore it. The printing speeds for set 1 and set 2 can be adjusted here. Each of them can have its speed adjusted independently. There is also a direction setting here. The machine has a direction option should it go from left to right or from right to left. Here we can take a look. Let's print a dot and see how it turns out. Alright, this is the result of our printing. This is the effect we get from printing yes. This is our printed result. This is the one I just selected because the direction is set to normal. Now, if we choose the reverse direction, let's see what happens. Let's select the reverse option. Okay, for set 1, let's choose from left to right and confirm it. Alright, let's print again and take a look. I'll print it again so we can see the result. Alright, now this thing is reversed. When we print it back, it's reversed, right? This is the direction adjustment I mentioned earlier. As for the delay we just adjusted is for when our product is printed at a certain position, set 1, set 2, printing at a specific spot, so we adjust the delay at that point. Okay. Now let's adjust it back. It's still set to print from right to left. Alright. To adjust the delay, there are 2 methods. One is using the shortcut key. This is for delay adjustment. The other method is this button here. There's a delay function here, and you can increase it with the 2 plus buttons. You can also adjust the concentration here. The default concentration for set 1 and set 2 is 3. We can increase or decrease it, and it's the same for set 2, just adjust it here as needed. This is basically how you make the basic adjustments here. One more thing to note. After the heating is complete and the machine is ready to print, you must not move it. Do not move it after heating is finished, because if you move it and the ink inside gets into the vacuum tube, then the machine's printhead will need to be service dated, will require maintenance. If you need to move it properly, you should first shut it down normally by pressing this button. The shutdown process takes about 10 minutes, and once it's finished, you can cut the power. Even after cutting the power, you still shouldn't move it right away. You need to wait about half an hour until the printhead and the liquid here cool down and the ink changes from liquid to solid. Only after the ink has solidified can you move the machine. 嗯。